This is tribute. We're doing a couple of tributes today, a little change of scene. I think some people might be getting TMI'd out by the same old thing. I can't get a little naggy trying to wake people up, so if you put up with patience with the same old, just trying to give you something good to eat, like carne asada kind of stuff. So, like Fanny, back in those days, there was this preacher, and his name was Whitefield. He was a really good preacher, you see. So he came to preach, and he talked to the Wesley brothers. They started that Wesleyan church, and they had, it all worked out. They had a really nice church, and, well, the Wesleys had the idea that you got to preach in church, because you can't preach outside. Nobody's going to come to that. And Whitefield came along, and he's like, hey, your church ain't big enough. I need a lot of people here, because I'm trying to, preach a message that's going to blow people away. And they were like, what are you talking about? You get that many people that come to church? You're nuts. And he was like, are you really? That's what you think? And they were like, he's like, well, I know what I believe. Kind of like, he's kind of one of those like me, a little crazy, like, well, if you guys don't have faith for more than a church, well, then do whatever you want, but I'm going out to the park out here where I can get thousands of people, and I'm just going to preach. And they were like, you're nuts. Go for it. Whatever you think, Well, he did. And he blew them away. Like, Wresleys came out, they're like, what the heck? Like, crowds were like, wow, this is amazing, this stuff. Because that's what people always forget. When Jesus preached, everybody was like blown away with what he said, because they were like, this guy speaks with authority. He doesn't speak like these church guys. And that's kind of like what I've always hoped to do. Well, not everybody takes it as authority, but I feel I have it because I work for the king, and everything I say is true according to the word. So it's always good to know that. So anyway, back to the story. Sorry. He started preaching, and all these people were just freaking out. They were like, this is so amazing. But, one of the main things that he preached was that you guys got to wake up, man, because self-love is the biggest demon in the world. And that's what freaked people out. They were like, we haven't heard that before. And he was like, oh yeah, that's like, Lucifer. Same story. Got to wake up. And so that's pretty much the same thing that I'm trying to say now. Is like, self-love has been taken over by self-esteem movement, which is pretty much the same demon. And a lot of people have plenty of it. The self-esteem movement. And, well, cursed are the rich in spirit is coming true, see? So that self-love, that Whitefield was onto something, and if he crowded things down, maybe we could get a church going soon. Start preaching some of this truth and wake people up. Because I love people waking people up, but it's kind of seeming like it's going slow. I would think with this truth it would be so good. You just want to drink it like water, but you can take a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So I'm sorry if I'm a little shaky, just too much coffee, but it's just amazing to me how many people are in the fog, literally, when all you gotta do is, hey, get rid of that self-love, love your neighbor as yourself, and love God, right? Wow, we have a whole new world. Getting ready for the king, and not that, of course, I'm sure there's some people oh, he must be, he's trying to be like Jesus. Well, no, I'm trying to get ready for the king. I'm not trying to be Jesus here. Don't get me in the Antichrist side. No, I'm not like that. But I do think that the anti-king movement is an antichrist spirit that's clouding many minds, saying, oh, I don't have to say king with my Jesus, because that's for them. Them, the ones that he doesn't